time. Spurs 2, Bournemouth 2. I feel as though we've been robbed a little bit, mate. They weren't that good, and we've somehow let them in. Maybe 2 goalkeeping errors. The first one I need to see it again, but the second one definitely was. Same as Brighton, shouldn't have given away a pen, and there they are, equalising. Solanke didn't take it, Son did. Maybe that's him paying us a little bit of respect, but either way, the ball was stroked in by Son, and they've got a point from nowhere.
Yeah, they were rubbish. I think if they got Bournemouth on the levels we've been at this season, we win the game. I don't think we were quite at it, actually, and we still come here and got a point, so we've got in the grand scheme of things, I literally said before, like, if we get 4 points out of Tottenham and Brentford, I'm happy. So go and beat Brentford, I'll forget about this very quickly, but 2-0 up. Game's there, mate. The game should have been out of sight. They were terrible.
It could have been out of sight in the first 5 minutes. We showed our intent early doors. I would have almost been disappointed had we gone in at half-time drawing. So I'm glad that Tav scored that goal. Brilliant move, by the way. Kirko's phenomenal in that. He cut out the ball, ran off the length of the pitch, and what a ball it was for Tav to stroke in. But that felt just that we went 1-0 up. But then it could have been 2-0, VAR off, but then we did score. Yeah. What a goal that was. But then silly little mistakes.
Yeah, it was, mate, and I think, listen, we were 2-0 up, it should be done and dusted, but they've got good subs to bring on. Bringing on Son, bringing on Van de Ven, bringing on Maddison, talk about their injuries, that's not bad players to bring on. I don't understand, because that's good subs, but listen, we're 2-0 up, and we've got to do our job. We should see that out, and yeah, like you say, mate, I think... a few goalkeeping errors there is disappointing but equally, I think we could say, forget about the goalkeeper, we should be 4-0 up. The game should be done, mate. They're terrible, and it's the worst Tottenham team we've played, and we just couldn't get over the line. It's really disappointing. I thought once we got a second, I thought it's done, and I think the fact that they scored so quickly after our second hurt us. But yeah, listen, I think we could do with Zabba back, and he's back next week. And if we beat Brentford next week, then it's good 4 points out of Tottenham and Brentford. But yeah, 2-0 up, mate. It's hard not to feel disappointed when you're 2-0 up. Yeah. I think anyone 2-0 up.
A few plus points for us though. Ryan Christie, I thought, was absolutely superb, despite the fact he's managing an injury. I thought that he did really well. And he played for a lot of that game, didn't he? Tavernier, I thought, was a guy that's played 120 minutes last week, and again, I thought he had a good performance. But I've got to say, despite the fact that we felt as though it was unjust that we were maybe going in at half-time, level, albeit we did score in the end, it felt as though we had a few players in the attacking third that were off it.
Yeah, no, probably. We probably should have. Yeah, we should have finished the chance. I think both ends of the pitch, to be honest. We've scored 2 goals today, but we should score at least 4 or 5, and we should concede. We've drawn the game 2-2. I think it's both ends of it. I think in the general gist of the game, we're the better team by a mile, and they're very, very average. But they did the job. We did the job, and we let them back into the game. And they've managed to get the point out of it. I think it's probably. Because they took that charge, probably a fair result, and then by the end of it, I was going, let's just get out of a point, which is a worry in the sense that they're honestly not very good. And I don't know. I've been for a while. I've been thinking, why is Ange been getting so much stick?
You can tell why.
Yeah, but for a long time, I've been thinking, well, it's Tottenham. Well, they never win anything. I don't understand why he's getting so much stick. I watched it today. Yeah, I get it. If they go out on Thursday, which they will, in my opinion, I don't just see how that team beat Alkmaar, then he's in trouble. But yeah, we've got to, once we get the second, we've got to just go, we're better than these. Let's just get the job done.
We had a chance even at 3-2 when Ouattara squared it inexplicably. It felt like he was in.
I don't know, 2-0 up, don't worry about that side of it. Yeah. Just fuck me, just be composed, be sensible. They're not any good. Just keep the ball. We let them back into it too quickly, which is a real shame.
I tell you what, there's a few plus points I just want to call out. James Hill again.
Oh, mustard.
I mean, you wouldn't necessarily know that Zabani wasn't there.
No,
I thought him and Howson, by the way, he is so lanky, but he wins everything. The amount of times I saw him at the near post, he came in and cleared the ball so many times. I thought Howson was phenomenal. James Hill as well. Yeah. It sort of leaves me feeling a little bit better. I know we got no Howson for Manchester City, but even without Zabani, James Hill has just shown that he can raise his levels. Yeah. So out of anything from this, having no Zabani, Hill has shown that he can step up.
Yeah, no, 100%. And we said that before when we had no right back and Hill was right back. We were saying Hill can step up at right back. So I think the main thing for me is obviously Zabani's back next game. He'll come straight back in because he's too good not to. But it means Hill can go to right back, Cook can go to midfield. We can rest Christie's injury, gives us a little bit more. So yeah, I expect us to be better for that. I think that's a massive boost. And Hill's done nothing wrong at all. But I think it's a weird one because I think the defensive side of it will say, why have you not killed the game? And then the attacking side of it will go, why have you not seen it out? Yeah. Like it's a really weird one. I think before the game I would have said I wouldn't have taken a draw because I don't think they're very good, and I think we are better than them. But if you'd have said a draw, I'd have gone, that's not bad. If we beat Brentford, that's a really good 4 points. But when you tone it up, mate, it does hurt a little bit because I just felt like we could have got the third and just killed this game off, and I don't think they're any good. And the fact that we've shared the points with Tottenham today when we're a miles better football team than them.
It's not even sharing it anyway. We've got one and they've got one, and there's one missing somewhere. It should be 1.5 points if anything.
That's true, actually.
Either way, look, there are some positives to come out of it. In terms of stats, where were we at in terms of our shots? Were we well ahead? Because it sort of felt like it, and I don't know where that leaves us in the table as well, Tom, because obviously we know that we were in 9th position and there is a European charge to be had. We have got a game in hand over some of the teams that we're playing as well, and it felt like in the first half at least we absolutely peppered them. In the first 5 minutes alone, I think we dominated. We're crossing the road that way, I think, by the way.
I mean, but, honestly, the way they try and play out from the back, I mean, fuck me. They've been saying for ages they miss Vicario. I mean, the bloke can't fucking... Terrible.
Yeah.
He is honestly trying to play out from the back. Like, we should have punished them. Annoyingly, Chelsea got a winner in the end.
Okay.
1-0. So that didn't help us. We're 8th. Okay. We're 8th for the moment. We're 3 points off Champions League. Just gutted.
Yeah.
To be 3 points off Champions League. But yeah, we're in a good position. We are in a good position.
Yeah. That's it. And let's face it, it's always going to be tough when you're playing a bigger side that have got a raucous crowd on their side, Tom. But even that, mate.
Fuck off. Honestly, and they probably won't listen to this, but
they might.
White Hart Lane, the actual White Hart Lane, brilliant.
It was better.
Honestly, they were one of the best home fans I'd seen. Yeah. And then you come here today, and honestly, is absolutely pathetic, awful.
So you're looking at the stats. What were they, mate?
So we had more shots than them. Yeah, of course. Are we looking at second half, first half? Right, okay. First half, we had 5 shots on target to their 1. Yeah. So we got polished for that. Overall, they had 13 shots. We had 17. They had 5 on target. We had 8. They had a 1.5 expected goals. We had a 2.8. So yeah, we've edged the game in general, and unfortunately, and you got to remember as well that they've scored a penalty, which massively smashes your XG up.
True.
So
it's like 0.8, isn't it?
Yeah, so it is disappointing, and I think the fact that we're if you look long term, I think the fact that we're disappointed to go to Tottenham, draw the game, score 2 goals, and we're gutted, just shows where we're at.
Yeah,
it really honestly shows where we're at. And I think if we beat Brentford, and we'll be in a decent spot, mate, and this will be a good point. They've come nowhere near us in 2 games. They've got a point, we got 4 out of 2 games we played them.
What I like about Andoni is that he always talks about recovering points, recovering them, and that's what I think he said after the draw to Crystal Palace on Boxing Day. He said we need to recover points. We had a reaction. We did in parts for that game, so I expect he'll be saying the same thing.
He'll be annoyed.
Yeah, so when we play Brentford, hopefully we'll be going all out against a team that we don't do overly well against at home. So look, hopefully we can put the wrongs right against them. But there are some, on paper, some games we should be getting some results from. But
we'll be fine, mate. We'll be fine.
Yeah,
I think
we'll be fine.
It's annoying today because I felt weird. the game was kind of what I thought. I've said a few times on the preview that I felt that the way they play would suit us. I didn't think it was any different than what I thought. I don't actually think we were quite to the levels. Even when we were 2-0 up, I thought, we haven't played that well. We're 2-0 up. So yeah, really disappointing in that sense. But yeah, I not that bothered. I think, you know, you got to remember that Tottenham are not a rival for Europe. So if you're going to drop a couple of points, like, Tottenham is better than Brentford because Brentford are closer. I think next week, listen, if we beat Brentford, everyone talks about this as a good point.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
That's why Antonio we said. So go get a win against Brentford. Don't worry about this. 4 points out of them 2. Happy days. And the way we're playing at the moment, I genuinely think that Europe's on the cards, mate. Don't worry about it.
There you go. Well, that's what Tom says. That's what I say. What do you think? Let us know in the comments. We've got a second look on the way where we can analyse it a little bit deeper with a little bit more consistency, calmness, whatever you want to call it. Up the cherries. See you in the next one.